transforming the world. We talk a lot here at Unity about our personal transformation. And yet we have this expectation. It's part of our mission statement of inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. So we're transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in this world. We sing every Sunday at the conclusion of the service, "Let peace begin with me." Because that's how it begins. You know, we can make a law that we have to all be peaceful. That's kind of like making a law that nobody can buy alcohol or no one can drink alcohol. It just doesn't work. Peace starts right here. The decision whether to buy alcohol or drink alcohol, it starts right here too. That's why it's very similar. We have a choice. All is in divine order, and yet we have free will. We'll talk about that paradox, that seeming contradiction in another service. I desperately want to explore that idea. It's just so nonlinear. But transforming the world. I want to read you a quote right now from this book, What's in the Way is the Way. This is the second to the last in a series of messages that I've been giving based on this book. And there's one more left next week, unless it freezes again. But the quote is, "Life is set up to bring up what has been bound up so it can open up to be freed up so you can show up in life." Now, there's a lot of ups there. Life has been set up. All's in divine order. God is the one presence and one power, and God is all good. There's nothing about God that's not good. There's only goodness. So it's set up so that we can have a certain experience of what we've bound up ourselves. By thinking that we can go and do it ourselves, that we have to do it by ourselves, that we're not good enough and so we got to be better. Or that this experience, this whatever we're going through is against me somehow. And I have to change it. Or I've got to change myself because I'm just not good enough. And by these experiences, by these false beliefs that Mary O'Malley calls spells because they have a hold of us. We've given them that power. And we did it when we were very young. Well, these false beliefs about ourselves, about our world, about others, have bound up energy in us. They are blocking that flow of life. The flow of life through us that we were opening up to in our prayer. This life, the rejuvenating life energy that connects us all together. You could even call it love. God is love. God is life. So we're releasing those bonds. We're opening up so we can be freed up. After we're freed up, we're able to be in constant contact, or at least more often be in contact with our authentic self, with that highest part of us, the divine wisdom and understanding that is our inheritance as children of God. And now, from that place, from that higher vibration that one of my teachers has called the balcony, we can show up for life. And we can do good. We might think we're doing good in some reaction to what's going on out there, a mechanical response to something that has triggered us. And we are righteously angry. And so we do more harm. We've seen it on the news. Someone who thinks they're doing good goes and does harm to someone. And how can that possibly be good? When we show up after we've been freed up, when we are coming from that highest vibration in ourselves, we will always do what's good. Not good only for us, but the highest good for everyone. Jesus taught the kingdom of heaven is among us, all around us, within us. And that's how it comes, one heart at a time. And that's how we transform the world, by being the peace we want to see in the world. That's Gandhi's words. Be the peace that you want to see in the world. It doesn't help to make a law, but if enough of us can raise our vibration and begin to live from our authentic self. I pointed at this picture before as I talk about authentic self. In Aramaic, the language that Jesus spoke, when we are living in this yellow place here, our authentic self, spirit, ruah is the word that Jesus would have used. Ruah. Look how open it is. Even the word ruah, you say it and you don't close off your breath. Life is moving through it. When we're in separate self, the ego, when the storyteller, the language that's used in this book, is in control of us, we're in the blue. No matter how far we get down in the blue, notice that Spirit's always there. Christ's light never goes out. It's from the separate self that fear comes. It's from the separate self that anger comes. All of the harm that we see in our life, on the news, around us, it comes from this separate self in people. As we raise our vibration and live more and more from Ruah, we transform ourselves and the lives of those around us. There's basically, in one way of thinking, three parts in our consciousness. We've got our mind. We talked about that as we went into prayer. We noticed our mind is these feelings and thoughts that are going on. And we can hear them. There's just about any moment in our life we can hear them, except pretty much when we're asleep. So there's that level. The next level isn't so easy to spot, because this part of our mind, our unconscious mind, has those parts of us that we're not so sure about, that we're perhaps ashamed of, that we don't want anyone to see it, and we don't even want to admit that it's there in ourselves. Carl Jung called this our shadow. And we all have it. It's the stories that the storyteller's telling us. It lives in this part down here. And the thing is we've buried them so deep that we can't even see them. but they're not gone. And they come out in us when we get into a triggered situation, and they influence our behavior. And that's when we do things and say things that we just never would do or say. That's just not who I am, but yet I did it. I said it. Some things can make it come out even easier. Have a few drinks and see what happens. Have a lot more drinks and see what happens, and how worse it can be until you finally just go to sleep. But the point is as we do that, we're putting Ruah to sleep too. The mind becomes less active. Ruah becomes less active, and all that's left is that shadow, the ugly monster in the closet. So we transform lives. We transform our life and those around us. It's not just setting an example, but it is setting an example. You know, we don't have to say a word to influence those around us. But certainly if they ask, well, we can explain. We can talk about, these things that we learned, not just here at Unity, but through life. Our experience. How we've been able to see what's going on that's in our shadow. How we've been able to have compassionate curiosity about it. And some of this stuff is buried so deep down here that it's difficult to see. I am dealing with, it seems like almost constantly, a part of my shadow. And here lately, as I've been working through this book, I've been given plenty of opportunities to see it, so I might talk about it with you. And that shadow is around the idea of lack. And you think, oh, lack, that's got to do with money, right? Not enough money to do this. But not always. One of the big things that I had this past few weeks is the lack of time. I'm at work, and I feel like I've got all of this stuff that's got to get done. And I don't have enough time to do it. Well, how do you deal with that? How did I deal with it? First of all, I started getting really tense. It showed up in my body. I could feel it. I never have problems with my lower back, but boy, did I have it this week. So I noticed tension in my body. And it doesn't have to, we're all going to have it in a different place, but whenever we start going into the storyteller and one of these things starts getting over us, we're going to feel it in our body. If we'll pay attention to our body, we'll know. So I started feeling this. Okay. Well, I'm really looking at, we got this audit coming up, and I ain't got enough time to get this done. And then at the same time, we got this new product we're trying to make, and we got this new customer we're trying to impress, and on and on. Whew. Where's this coming from? Where is this coming from, this tension? Where is this coming from, this lack, this idea that I don't have enough time? And what do I do about it? So I see you. I see you down there inside. And I acknowledge that you're there. I feel you in my body. And I recognize your presence. And it's okay. With these words, with these thoughts, this monster has become a little less of a monster. It's still there, but it's taken some of the power away. Now I've got some space. I can practice some of my Unity teachings. I can do some authentic action. I've got room now. I can affirm I have enough time to do what is mine to do. Wow. And now I start doing it. I can only do basically one thing at a time anyway. So what's next to do? What's next to do? if I'm not worried about what's not time to do yet, I got time to do what needs doing right now. But if I'm worried about what's not mine to do right now, I can't even do what is mine to do right now because I'm in dis-ease. Notice how we take that word disease apart. I'm sick. My back hurts. My stomach don't feel good. I want to go eat ice cream. So, checking in with our body, we get this idea that helps us so that we can bring ourselves to this higher vibration and act in the world from our authentic self. Not, I used the wrong word. We respond from our authentic self. We react from our triggered mechanical self. The reaction, it's as mechanical as when you're at the doctor's office and he hits your knee right here with the hammer and your leg kicks up. It's a triggered reaction. It is just like when one billiard ball hits another and it goes off in that direction. There's nothing that's going to change it. It just mechanically does it. A response, though, coming from authentic self, has got will in it. It's got our free will in it. It's got consciousness in it. The divine is a part of it. It's difficult for our mind to wrap around it, but our heart knows. And the more we practice this, the easier it becomes to notice our body, to have the compassionate curiosity, and to see that monster for what it is. One of the people in the book had a vision of this monster. When they turned around in their dream to face it, it had pink fingernails. So, see the pink fingernails on that monster. And it just takes practice. And then it's not going to happen, especially stuff like this lack one that I've been dealing with. That's so deeply embedded that I'm going to have to deal with this over and over again. And you know what? It might be there my whole life. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Because I know it now. And I know how to respond to it whenever I notice that it's the one who's grabbing a hold of me and pulling me down. It's okay. I see you there. It's okay. I see you. And isn't that what all children really want? To be seen, to be noticed. And so we're going to notice it. And now they're happy, they're content, and they don't have to control us anymore. And that's how we transform the world. We transform the world one heart at a time. And you know whose heart we can transform? Our heart. That's right. Transforming the world.